Hello, you lovely, lovely people. No, I'm not talking to the grass. I'm talking to you. I'm just doing this here, and today's video, or what they're going to be mainly about now, is the orchard and more about family life. So without further ado, let's get on with it. The constant problem you have doing these is you're looking out all the time for either powdery mildew or insect or fungus. Now, powdery mildew will normally form when it's warm and humid. It doesn't need rain. But fungus like this is fungus. On the old leaves, you see fungus here. That's fungus. And I walk this orchard 4 or 5 times a day. As much as you think, why do you do that? Well, I do that because I want to keep on top of it. Because if you give it a miss and you think, no, that's all right, and then you can go back, and it doesn't take very long for these things to take hold, like fungus, powdery mildew, or in fact, insects. But you see this on the colour of these leaves here? There, you see? Perfect example. Now, that's not powdery mildew, that's fungus. But these were treated about 3 days ago, and they are recovering. So this is why I walk it every day, people, 5 times. I walk this 5 times a day. And of course, this here, prime example. And the blue residue that you might be able to see, that is the residue of the fungicide. But this is a perfect example here. Perfect example. But they are looking absolutely lovely, people, you know. But you've got to spend time. It's time and effort. And the biggest workload for me at the moment is because there's been no rain. The rainy season, I think, is a bit late, but I quite enjoy doing what I'm doing. I quite enjoy. See, this is it as well. Bit of fungus on here, but as I said, they've been treated and they're looking a heck of a lot better. Perfect example here, look, see, on the back of the leaf. And that's a better example of the blue residue, I think. You might be able to see it, of the blue residue left from the fungicide that I sprayed on it. But they're coming on absolutely in leaps and bounds. Can't complain, people, really. And listen, I mean, I'm no farmer, okay? I know a little bit about fruit trees, but I don't know anything about these fruit trees, these Lanzones Longkong. I know more about hard fruit like apples, things like that, which is in England. But spraying and diseases are virtually the same. You see here where they've twisted like this? Well, that was powdery mildew, which is all gone after the spray. But there's all new growth coming on all of them, you see. And what you got to do in this heat, because I don't know if you know or not, but which I didn't, is, you know, it's only since I've researched, is Longkong, especially when they are a little bit younger than these, which they were when they were first planted, they don't like direct sunlight. Now, I took a chance when I was planting them because it was damned hot. But what I did, the medium that I used here, the medium here. Now, all this here it's cocoa husk. Sorry, not cocoa husk. It's cocoa peat. So this keeps it very moist. So what I did when I dug these holes, and I dug these holes very big, people, I really did. I dug them deep. And probably deeper than I should have done, but I wanted to put a lot of cocoa peat as the medium, mixed with worm castings, and also some of the original dirt that come out of the hole, so the roots aren't totally shocked when they try and get into it. So I did a 50 mix of cocoa peat, and I did 25 mix of worm castings and 25 mix of the original dirt that come out of the holes. Now the reason I used a lot of cocoa peat was because I wanted to retain the moisture. I wanted to retain as much moisture as I could, because in this kind of heat, you see, look, it's all still moist, very moist, and I haven't watered today. But I wanted to retain the moisture, which it seems to be doing very well at doing. Now what I do on these people as well is, and I'm constantly battling against the weeds as well. I constantly battle against the weeds, because no matter how much you don't get rain, these weeds will continue growing like there's no tomorrow. So it's a battle that I'm facing every day, but I quite enjoy doing it. And what I do, people, when I do water these, I give them about 5 litres each. I give them about 5 litres of water every day. I mean, these are looking beautiful, though. Looking absolutely fantastic. And they're a perfect example of the blue dots, which was the fungicide. This is the particular brand that I use of, it's like a broad spectrum fungicide, okay, and the reason why I see blue on the leaves is because it's actually blue powder. And you don't use a lot of this, you don't use a lot. The directions, I always half what they say. So if they say 5 teaspoonfuls in 16 litres of water, I would half that. I would do 2.5. But because I've only got these 10-gallon drums, and this is a mixture that I've done, and it was full before I used it. So to one of these, I only use 1 teaspoonful in 10 litres, because I caught the fungicide very early in the stages, so I don't need a great strong mix. And people, this is you can see, is it focused? Yeah. This is the insecticide that I use. Simbush, and this again is a broad spectrum, and the dosage on this, I quarter it, so whatever they say, I just do a quarter of it, and it works well. I don't think you need to be whacking that much chemicals on there, especially when you haven't got a real infestation. So I use quarter dose of this and probably less than half dose of the fungicide. And the reason I bought this one is because it mixes with the fungicide, so I can do them both together. I can spray with the fungicide and the insecticide, and because with some they're not compatible, so you'll spray it and either it'll burn your plants, your leaf, or it'll stop the other one working. But this one and the fungicide that I have is compatible to mix. And the way that I see it is, people, is when you're spraying for fungus or powdery mildew, you may as well spray a little tiny of insecticide as well while you're at it, because sometimes it's hard to distinguish between fungus and insect damage. You can see the powdery mildew, and look at the new leaf, and these have only just come through. These have only been here maybe 3 days, but you can see it's coming on in leaps and bounds, people. Really, it's time and effort. It is time and effort, but it's worth it. And of course, this is in here for the long haul. It's not like the vegetables that we have here. I'll show you these actually. Where vegetables is very quick growing. You tend to them, and within a couple of months you've got, like here, look, we've got beans here. You see, we've got beans already here. We've got many. We've already took a lot off, but these are our beans that we planted, and many of them, many flowers coming. And the only feed we use for this, I'll show you, it's all at the bottom here, is cow dung, dried cow dung. And in here, it's in abundance. It's in abundance. Lemongrass here, lemongrass. And I don't know if you saw these from the very start, this Lacatan banana, but these were very tiny. Now these are coming up as well. Very, very good. Look, the beans, there's so many beans. And we harvest these every single day. And it's one of my favourite vegetables, to be honest with you. You see. But absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. We've got 2 rows of these here. This one and they are like 8 or 10 metres in length each. And what we don't use, which we can't eat all of these beans, people, it's impossible for us, we just give it to the neighbours. And in turn, most of the neighbours have got fruit that is ready, like mangosteen, so they give us mangosteen. So it's a give for give. Everyone's a winner. And the kamoting kahoy, look, this is just mental. The conditions have been right, and these haven't been fertilised at all. They don't need it. But as I said, the only fertiliser we've used on these beans is cow manure, because it's free and it's in abundance. When I planted, and I'm going to plant some more trees now, I'll do a video of planting some more Lanzones trees, and I'll show you how I do it and the mix that I do, and also what I do. There is a chicken farm very close to where we are. That's the beauty of living out in nature, isn't it? You know, you can get all your agricultural things readily and easily. And I buy the sacks of cow manure. This chicken manure, not cow manure, for the for the Lanzones. I buy it in sacks, and it's already been matured and it's dry. But what I do, I get it and I separate it from the big sack, because I buy 10 sacks at a time, and I transfer half a sack into another sack, and I've got a big bit of plywood, and I put the plywood on top, and I just whack it with a hammer till the big lumps, which are already dry, will get smaller and smaller, so it's more like a dust. So what I do when I plant these, the Lanzones, is I will dig the hole, and then cocoa peat's brilliant, people, it really is, because as I said, the medium air retains the water, and that's what you need when it's like this. You need to retain as much water as possible, but not too much where the roots will rot, because Lanzones is they need to be very, very damp all the time, but not too damp where the water doesn't drain away, because the roots will rot in no time. So you've got to pick a well drainaged area as well, which we've got, fortunately, and the land is also well drained. When it rains, it runs down, so we're very lucky. So what I do, on the guidance actually of the nursery where we bought these the Lanzones, and they said to use about 1 kilo of chicken manure mixed with the medium you're putting in, and I've done that. And it seems to have worked very well, but now I think they've used up all of that nutrients, so now I'm starting to put the abono on there, you know, the fertiliser you buy from the shops. And I will show you that, and I'll show you the mix, what I do. And I dissolve it in water, people, because these roots are still not really established as such. So I dissolve it, and then in 10 litres of water, and I use a tablespoon, level tablespoon of abono, and it is the complete abono. It's 14, 14, 14. So, you know, 14 nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. And I use that in 10 litres of water, and I pour it on direct. And my little boy helps me. My little boy always helps me, don't you, son? He helps me. What's that, son?
This from the parcel.
Ah, is this your parcel? Is this for you?
Yeah, this is the jacket, said Mommy.
Oh, my little boy's got a parcel from Shopee. He's just come down here to show me his parcel from Shopee. And this is a jacket. Oh, lovely. Excellent, son. Well done. You keep out of this heat, son, because it's very hot. But what I did start doing, I did start scattering some chicken manure on the top and just mixing it in a little bit on the top. So when I was watering, it was watering that in as well. But I did find, which I didn't know, but I know now very well, that it's the chicken's favourite food, and there's many chickens around here, and the chickens come and scratch and disturb what you've done. They just scratch and they eat the chicken manure that you put on the top. So I stopped doing that, because they were just ruining everything that I was doing. They were scratching up. And also what they do in the daytime when it's hot, they do come, and this is the reason why I walk around this place 5 or 6 times a day, people. I do really. They will dig around and they find a cool spot, and they always dig around where your tree is. And they lie in the hole that they've dug. And so do the frogs. So do the frogs. So I'm constantly going around. Like here, I think is an example. Oh no, it's just a shadow. But I do walk around and I do fill it back in and things like that. But it's things to bear in mind, people. It's learning curves all the time. And the reason I've got these turfs here, the reason I've got these turfs is because when it rains, it runs down. It runs down here, okay? Because we're on a bit of a slope here. And when it's heavy rain, it washes the land down to the bottom. So what I've done, I've turfed it here. And the turf is growing, it's all alive. So eventually this turf will spread and it will keep the land together. So this is the reason why I haven't started this part yet, is because I want this to be established here with turf. So the soil doesn't get washed away, it doesn't get eroded away with the rains. So once this is all established, all of this with the grass, and the land is kept together, and then it can absorb more water, then I'll start on here. And also, I'm waiting for this damned rainy season to start, so I haven't got to water these every single day because it's time consuming. It takes me 2 hours, but I enjoy doing it because it's exercise for me. So for all of this here that you're seeing, and this, I use 200 gallons of water every day. Every day. Because I also water these as well, you know. But this takes a lot of time and effort. And I've got a wheelbarrow and I top the water up every day and I just push it down and water the plants, the trees, which I love to do. It's exercise and it keeps me active. It keeps me active and I love it. So this is the first real video of what I want to be doing more of, you know, and more family orientated things as well. You know, when we do go out, because we don't sit in the house every day of the week, you know, every month. We do go out and we go to Sawang, where my boat is, where my ex-boat is, and we go there because we know the people on the beach who live there. And Dipperlug, I'll show you Dipperlug. I mean, you'll know Dipperlug anyway, people. I think there's been a fair few videos of people doing Dipperlug. But, you know, things like that. And of course, if there's other content that's current in the news or something like that, I'll try and keep you informed of that as well. But this will be the content that I will be doing, is similar to this. And you want to see me pushing that wheelbarrow, people. I'm like Nigel Mansell, if you remember Nigel Mansell. I'm like Speedy Gonzales. But I will show you what I do when I do it. You know, when I dissolve the fertilizer into the water, because it's direct as then, it's immediate. And I only use very, very small doses, people, very small doses. I don't want to do more damage than good with burning the root system. And also, I want to talk about this little car that I have. Oh, that's my son's doyen. We call it a hammock, but they call it a doyen. This little car is brilliant for us because it's big enough for the family, okay? And it's big space in the back, like for when we get the trees and when we buy, you know, when we buy, you see it's dirty in here now actually, where the trees and fertilizer, and these seeds go down. So you've got the space from here right to the front seats. And you don't care too much about it, you know, about getting it dirty or if you scuff it or something like that. So it's ideal for us. It's perfect for us, people. Really perfect for us. And I want to do a video later about this system we've got here, this generator, and here, the switchover that we've had installed. I'll do a video about that later and I'll explain how it works if you don't already know. Brilliant system, people, really. Brownouts now, no problem. But as I said, that's for another time. We've got to get, because of the size of it down there, I call it a mini orchard, but it is going to expand and get bigger and bigger, so it won't be such a mini orchard. But I mean, even now it's big for me. So as time goes on, and probably in the next month, when the grass, because it's more established here, the grass is much more established, and it is spreading just exactly how I want it to. So it will be time soon to get a lawnmower. And it won't be a sit-on one because it's not totally level. If I got a ride-on mower, it's just going to rip it to pieces. It's going to be grounding out all the time and probably breaking shear bolts. So it'll just be like a self-propelled mower with a 24-inch blade. And that's going to be big enough. So there'll be videos of me doing this, cutting this and making it all nice and lovely once it spreads. But as you can see, it's spreading lovely here. Spreading absolutely lovely. And these, incidentally, are my wife's. This is Carabao mango. This one here is Indian mango. So this is her trees, which is going to be for personal consumption. This will be for business. And that up there will be for business, and at the top will be for business, and down over there will be for business. And the rambutan people, which somebody asked me, how are they doing? Well, take a look for yourself. And this tree is only 3 years old, and look at the crop. Look at the crop. It's only 3 years old, people. And we've got, look, very happy with it. Very, very happy. I don't know if you can see in this camera, but there are many. Another month maybe these will be ready for harvest. And these are personal consumption as well. You know, this is not going to be sold, this is just going to be for us. There's only a couple of trees in here, but you know, look. It's a bump harvest. Everywhere. So everything is looking hunky-dory, people. I'm very happy with the situation. The request of my followers and subs, this is what you wanted to see more of. And more fishing videos, which I'm going to get out. I know I keep saying it, but my wife has even given me the encouragement to get back out and do it again. But I will not be fishing in a boat very often because I haven't got a boat now. So the boat, if I do go fishing, will not be mine. It'll be in a bigger boat with a better boatman than I will ever be, a Filipino. And it will be much safer. And these people know where the fish are. But the type of fishing that I'll be doing will be shore fishing, under bridge fishing in brackish waters, you know, in estuaries. But listen, people, I will tell you now, don't expect giant monsters to be caught when you're fishing from the shore here and when you're fishing from under bridges. You know, the biggest I've ever caught from a shore is not even 1 kilo, but there you go. And that was a whiting, what we call a whiting in England. They call them asahos in the Philippines. I've been more successful under bridges like pylons and things like that. Structure, that's where the fish hang out to ambush the other fish coming by. So that's what I'll be doing more of, people. And as I said, I will be, I'm not going, you know, I'm still here, but I will be doing less videos, I think. And the videos will be more family orientated, I think, you know, because that's what it is. That's the environment I'm in. I'm in a family environment. And I'm now in an orchard, a farming environment as well. So that's what it's going to be about, people. And I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for the words of encouragement from, again, overwhelming amount of people. And that's it. I'm over and out. When I do water these next time, and when I'm spraying next time, I'll do a video of that. But up until then, I'm going to say bye-bye, people. I'm going to say over and out. See you next time. Whatever you do, and do it well. And have a fantastic day. Take care, people. Thank you.